As we all know, the UK is in the midst of one of the most profound and rapid societal shifts. Today's generation of children is the first to grow up indoors. Their plugged-in lives are largely devoid of exploring the world, and we are just beginning to understand the ramifications of the virtual world. So our schools need more encouragement, resources, and time to devote attention to environmental education. They need funding to support and train staff, and to incorporate environmental education into their everyday lessons, and to develop the confidence and skills to take their students outdoors to learn. And I'm sure some of this is happening already in the school that you are in. So I spoke to a number of students, quite a large group of students, and I asked them, from the ages of 14, 16, I took a poll. Now, I know polls aren't that accurate, so let's see. So I asked a large group of students, 14, 16, and I said to them, what would you like to see changed about the way you learn about the environment? What's missing? And they gave me some great answers. A lot of them said they wished they'd been taught about it when they were younger. They wanted to find out what the impact was in the here and now and to where they lived. They know a lot about what's going on across the oceans in other countries, but what about my community? What about my city? What about in my town? So they wanted teachers and their educators and the adults in their lives to tell them more about that. They wanted to experience it hands-on, to see the effects of climate change hands-on. One student suggested a trip to the Great Barrier Reef. That's my kind of kid. So I like that idea, because they wanted to see it. They wanted to experience it. They didn't just want it to be something that they read about. Another student wanted to be taught about what government's policies are and what they, and she emphasises, what exactly are they doing? So perhaps we need to change how we educate, to build into the curriculum time and resources that allow students to experience and appreciate the immediate environment, the communities in which they live and where they learn. So do we teach about the need to build more wetlands, or do we learn to love dragonflies? Do we put the emphasis in biology lessons on how to restore our creeks? Or do we learn to listen to the songs of birds and frogs? Can we create projects where students use their creativity, their scientific know-how to dream and problem solve while developing empathy? And as we've seen already, there are many schools up and down the country and globally who are doing just that. And I would love what you're doing with the Cumberland Park to be the norm, but it's not. And if it were, I think the outcome would be that the experience of nature in a real and tangible way builds awareness and a connection to that natural environment. So rather than an intellectual and cognitive appreciation of what happens when we lose our clean water, or we see that landfill sites increasing, or we read in the newspaper that our air quality is poor, it becomes an emotional one. But here we are, concerned pupils, some teachers, some citizens, parents, and we are all here trying to make sense of some of the changes that are coming our way, to learn from one another, to share some ideas, inspire, and to take action. And it will take us all, up and down the UK, mobilising through environmental and conservation movements and in schools, to show the government that we are serious about keeping protections on pesticides, chemical regulations, and keeping our beaches clean. And it's worth fighting for. And it looks more and more likely that we're going to have to do it. So as we approach the juncture of Brexit, If we can seize the opportunity, then there's clearly a chance to build an economy and society that works with and for nature. But we need new ideas and new policies and new people, and we need a new way of politicking. So, my small action. The Green Schools Project, as we've heard already, is an example of how to get people to change, not through fear or money, but it's actually getting people to learn to love and understand and actually also support them. Support other organisations like them that we have heard about here today. Click on their website and so on, and sign their petitions and push for these initiatives in your own areas. Give them your time, give them your money, give them your skills if you have them. The bigger action is a little bit more involved because the problems facing the fight against climate change is actually systematic. And what we really need is political change. We need to reduce the power of fossil fuel industry. We need to expose the links between the fossil fuel industry and politicians. And we need to bring about a renewable revolution. But that can start locally. Getting involved doesn't have to be daunting, and it's a great way to see how possible it is to bring about real change. Some of you may have heard about transition community networks, and they are a great way to actually make a change where you live. So they are a movement that grew up in about 2005, all over the UK, globally, and it's about communities stepping up to address the big challenges they face by starting local. Find out if your area has a transition town tutor and get involved. It's really easy to feel alone and feel that you can't do it on your own. But the fact is that we're not alone. There's enough of us sitting here, and I'm sure you have people in your lives that you can collectively work together with and make a difference. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do is to ask your councils, ask your churches, ask your universities, ask your pension funds to divest. Don't think it can't be done. Just last week, SOAS, the University of London, has become the first university in the capital and the third in the UK to commit to pulling its investments out of fossil fuels. And that came from a student movement. In 2016 was the first full divestment commitment from UK pension funds, Waltham Forest and Southwark Council. And across Europe, the 5 capitals that have divested are Paris, Copenhagen, Stockholm, Berlin, and Oslo. And all of those things count. So I leave you with one thing. Somebody said this to me once, and it stuck with me. And they said that you need to remember that sweeping changes in history are made not only by big people doing big things, but sweeping changes in history are made by small people like you and like me doing little things together.